when you look at TSMC's business, it's only about 3% of revenue. But at that, if you take TSMC, it was running about $400 million every quarter from automotive, really through 2018, 2019, and the start of last year. But what happened to TSMC, middle of the year, automakers, when they shut production, auto units actually declined quite a bit. At one point, it was down 45%. So a lot of the orders from the automakers and the chip companies actually cut back to TSMC. So TSMC, from doing 400 million a quarter, fell to about 250 million a quarter. So what's happening now, they're trying to play catch up. So from a big picture capacity, it's actually not a big number, but now the automakers have to make up a few months of pretty much lost outsourcing production to TSMC. So there is that catch up. Now I'll say from TSMC, 10% of their CapEx, and they just put up that big number, 25 to 28 billion. About 2.5 billion is for the more mature nodes, where they would run some of those automotive chips. Now the factor for capacity, it does take a couple quarters to bring on new supply, as they're running pretty much full. So our expectation, first half will be most acute, but by second half, they should be catching up to some of those orders.
Okay, so you're saying that it should be a couple of quarters until the shortage gets eased. And what exactly caused the shortage in the auto sector specifically?
Yeah, I think it's one. And now TSMC, I think because they were the first company to come out with results, there are some that are blaming and saying, okay, TSMC didn't build enough. Now, again, their customers did cut back the orders. But I would say the shortage is other areas. A number of the traditional chip manufacturers in Europe, US, Japan, at the same time also cut back some middle of last year. So you could say it is a global chip tightness or shortage. And it's a lot of these small chips are used, like small microcontroller and analog chips that go into every vehicle. But if you're short on certain ones, it's a bottleneck. You can't build the vehicle. So our take is both from TSMC, but also a lot of the broadline chip companies overseas, that now they are trying to resume utilization and bring back up production. So back to that, I do think by middle of the year, we should be starting to catch up. The prioritization now is on some of the bottleneck components. So again, on some of these power management and discrete products, to try to bring up production so that we can get production back to normal. But again, it's going to be a tough couple quarters catching up to those orders.